Hi friends, how are you? In this video we are going to learn about the behavioral development. The behavioral development of a child depends on environment, social and genetic factors. The child learns from the environment and gathers experience during the process of learning. Age and physical health contribute to the psychological growth. Therefore, both physical and environmental factors are essential behavioral attainment. The details of milestone of development process can be studied from the pediatric book. Aspects of behavioral development. The behavioral development can be divided into the four aspects. How many aspects? Four aspects. What are them? Motor, language, psychosocial, adaptive behaviors. What are the four aspects? Motor, language, psychosocial, adaptive behaviors. First, coming to motor behavior. What is motor behavior? Motor behavior is the behavioral response that involves motor activities like change in posture, standing, walking, etc. In infants, it starts with grasp reflex and gets improved slowly with ability to walk and run. Okay, motor behavior is nothing but it involves or it is a behavioral response that involves the motor activities, that means doing something, that is the change in posture, standing, walking, etc. It may be in infancy, that is like grasping of fingers of their mother and something like that. Okay, it is a behavioral response that involves the motor activities. Next is language behavior. The language is the best form of communication. It manifests with facial expressions, phonation, vocalization of words, and formation of phrases or sentences. This needs coordinated functioning of speech apparatus with neural signals originating in speech areas. Speech is a mixture of sensory and motor behavior. It is greatly modified by social influences. Speech is a mixture of sensory as well as motor behavior. Next is psychosocial behavior. The psychosocial development depends mainly on social and cultural environments and neurological maturation of the child, emotional response to environmental stimuli, control of bowel and bladder, habits, proper sleeping, taking bath, ability to feed oneself and develop self dependence are important milestones of psychosocial development. Once again, psychosocial development depends on which one? Social as well as cultural environments and neurological maturation of child. Next, it involves the emotional responses to environmental stimuli, control of bowel and bladder habits, that may be urine passing, and proper sleep, taking bath, ability to feed, self dependence. Okay, these are ones. Next is adaptive behavior. Ability to adjust with different environment situation includes not only psychosocial development but also smoother sensory motor coordination like hand-eye coordination that help to perform and protect in various adverse situations. The measurement of psychological development. The mental and psychological developments are measured by developmental and intelligence quotients. Coming to developmental quotient. The developmental quotient is the measure of developmental parameters with respect to age and development of adaptive and psychological behaviors compared with age of the children. DQ, that is developmental quotient, is development, that is about maturity. Okay, development means nothing but it is maturity. Maturity age by chronological age into 100. Intelligence quotient. The intelligence quotient measures the intellectual ability of a children, which requires some degree of maturity of the mind. What is the some degree of maturity of the mind? Usually such mental maturity starts growing after the age of 5. Therefore, IQ can be tested only after this age, whereas developmental quotient can be tested at any age. Okay, the intelligence quotient is equal to mental age by chronological age into 100. What is the age that starts the mental maturity growth? After 5 years. Developmental deficiencies. The developmental deficiencies at childhood lead to dwarfism. Coming to dwarfism, the dwarfism is the short stature in comparison to the growth of individual. It can occur due to the deficiency of growth hormone releasing hormone, insulin like growth factor 1, growth hormone receptors, thyroid hormone and insulin. Coming to pituitary dwarf, the deficient secretion of growth hormone and growth hormone releasing hormone early in life leads to pituitary dwarf. Mental development remains apparently normal, but reproductive functions are severely impaired. Okay, severely impaired. In pituitary dwarf, reproductive functions impaired because of not development of the gonadal structures, but mental development is remain normal. Coming to thyroid dwarf, the deficiency of a thyroid hormone at childhood causes the cretinism. What causes in childhood? In deficiency of thyroid hormone, cretinism. Mental development is grossly impaired, though reproductive functions are apparently normal. What is the difference between the thyroid dwarf and the pituitary dwarf? In pituitary dwarf, reproductive activities are impaired. In thyroid dwarf, mental retardation is occurred. Okay, latent dwarfism. It is also called growth hormone insensitivity. This occurs due to the unresponsiveness of growth hormone receptors to growth hormone. What is latent dwarfism? It causes due to the unresponsiveness of growth hormone receptors to growth hormone. Due to mutation of growth hormone receptor gene, the plasma level of growth hormone is usually normal or may be elevated, and insulin like growth factor 1 and insulin like growth factor binding proteins are distinctly reduced. Maybe deficiency of insulin like growth factor 1 also has the same picture. Coming to gonadal dwarfism. In gonadal dysgenesis as occur in individuals with chromosomal pattern XO, dwarfism is a prominent feature. In XO chromosomal pattern, dwarfism is prominent feature. Coming to metabolic dwarfism. The different metabolic and bone diseases produce dwarfism. Achondroplasia, an autosomal dominant condition, is the most common form of pathological dwarfism. Achondroplasia, it is the common autosomal dominant condition. It is about achondroplasia. Once again I am reminding this. Achondroplasia, it is about different metabolic as well as bone diseases. Coming to psychosocial dwarfism, when children are chronically ignored, mistreated, abused, and they fail to develop and have short stature, this is also called Casper-Husser syndrome. What is the Casper-Husser syndrome? It is psychosocial dwarfism. Casper-Husser syndrome is an psychosocial dwarfism. What is example for psychosocial dwarfism is Casper-Hauser syndrome. Coming to the constitutional dwarfism, hereditary and constitutional dwarfism are common forms of dwarfism. Okay, I'm going to ask you the questions. Behavioral development can be divided into how many aspects, and what are they? There are 4 aspects, and the 4 are: first one is motor, language, psychosocial, and adaptive. Okay, and the definition of developmental quotient is: what is the developmental quotient? It is the measure of developmental parameters with respect to age. It is developmental, it is about the age with respect to age, developmental parameters with respect to age. Okay, and what is the formula for intelligence quotient? It is a mental age by chronological age into 100. At what time mental maturity starts growing? After 5 years. Okay, what is the main difference between the thyroid dwarf as well as pituitary dwarf? The main difference is, in thyroid dwarf mental retardation occur, but in pituitary dwarf mental retardation is normal, but reproductive activities or functions are impaired. Why the latent dwarfism occur? It is occurred due to the insensitivity to growth hormone or unresponsiveness in growth hormone receptors. It is also same in picture with latent dwarfism is also same picture for which deficiency or which hormone reduced in body. Insulin like growth factor 1. In metabolic dwarfism, tell me the condition having the autosomal dominant condition disease. It is achondroplasia. It occurs due to the different metabolic and bone diseases. An example for psychosocial dwarfism is Casper-Husser syndrome. Okay, what is the most common forms of dwarfism? It is hereditary as well as constitutional. What are the hormonal factors that affect the growth and development? What are they? Growth hormone, insulin-like growth factor, thyroxine, gonadal hormones, and insulin. At which time tonsil and adenoids attain maximum size? Tell me at which time? 6 to 10 years of age, tonsils and adenoids attain the maximum size. What is the other name for insulin-like growth factor 1? Somatomedin C. What it promotes? Protein synthesis, visceral growth, epiphyseal growth, musculoskeletal development. Okay. The head circumference increases approximately in first year and next in 5 years of age. Okay. Between the 12 and 18 years of age, how much weight is gained per year? That is 3 to 4. And fully developed brain size attain at how many years of life? 5 to 6. What is the growth refers to? Increase in physical size. What is development refers to? Maturation and capacity of organ systems and body parts. Growth pattern is different for which tissues? Gonadal, neural and lymphoid. Okay guys, once again I'm also asked the questions in previous video also on topic physiology of growth and development. If you like this video, like, share and subscribe. Thank you.